Hey guys, I'm here with my May beauty favorites. Excited to share these things with you guys. Heads up, a lot of the makeup items that I'm talking about today, I have actually used in a recent tutorial that should either already be up or will be up. I'll leave it linked up here somewhere. But this month's favorites for beauty kind of have a theme. I have been, if you watch any of my videos, you know this already, struggling with acne. I have been doing some vlogs of facial services that I've been getting done at Meridian Medical Spa in Bonita Springs in Florida. Little background, I've never had acne in my life, like breakouts. I have also, full disclosure, been on birth control since I was literally an infant for hormonal balancing purposes, but I have been off of my birth control pill for about a year now, a little bit over a year, and in the last 2 months, for whatever reason, actually for a lot of different reasons probably, my skin has just been freaking out. I know that it could be a lot worse, but for somebody who has never really struggled with acne, and I've been fortunate enough not to, this is definitely an adjustment. Like, I'm figuring out how to work it, how to make it go away, what is causing it. If you are looking for good product, period, but also if you are struggling with acne, temperamental skin, maskne, whatever the issue is, check out this video, keep watching, and also check out the tutorial that I did, because the tutorial was categorically how I've been wearing my makeup in order to mask the acne as much as possible or minimize the visual of it. So that being said, let's get into this month's favorites. Okay, so I'm going to start off with skincare because there are a couple items that I feel have made a difference. I've only been using these for about 2-ish weeks, but in that time I have noticed a difference. So the first item is from Dermalogica. This is the Clearing Skin Wash. It's the active clearing line. It has 0.5% salicylic acid, but it also has menthol and camphor, so it's going to help soothe the skin while it's doing work. I like it because it has the salicylic acid. I leave it on my face for like a minute or so, but because it's only 0.5%, it's still pretty gentle, which if you're struggling with any kind of skin issues, you want to make sure that you have the right ingredients for you, but you're also making sure that you're balancing your skin, you're soothing it, you're calming it. You don't want to aggravate it further, because that's when your skin becomes compromised and you end up with more issues. So I really like Dermalogica. A lot of their stuff I've been using for years, and it's working really well for me. The next item is kind of the skincare MVP for me right now. Knock on wood, I don't want to jinx myself because it is working and I don't want it to stop working. This is the Obagi Cleansiderm System. So there is a face wash, which is 2% salicylic acid. I have not used the face wash yet because I have been using the Dermalogica one. I don't want to overdo it. There is such a thing as like overbearing your skin with active ingredients. So I've been using the Dermalogica face wash. This does come with a face wash though, 2% salicylic acid again. And then there's a toner, which is 2% salicylic acid, as well as a benzoyl peroxide 5% lotion. So what I've been doing with this is once a day in the evening, I'll shower, wash my face, and then on a Shiseido cotton pad. I know that sounds so bougie, but the Shiseido cotton pads are like the softest, gentlest cotton pads ever. So I'll use that on a cotton pad and just sweep it gently across my face. And then this, I go in, you're supposed to apply it all over the affected area, which for me is like literally maskne, chin hormonal acne. So this one I use like every other night. And sometimes even if I don't want to put it all over my skin, I'll just kind of spot treat the areas that are the most inflamed or aggravated. Both of these together though are incredibly effective. I am not being sponsored. This is something that the esthetician at Meridian, Jenna, suggested to me because she uses it and she loves it. And it is working really well. So I wanted to share with you guys. And if you have any suggestions for acne, product suggestions, whatever it is, please let me know. I have been doing tons of research. I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. Like, that's my favorite thing to do. And I've made a lot of like small changes lifestyle wise, including any suggestions, any help is very much appreciated. Also from Obagi is the Daily Hydra Drops. It's formulated with vitamin B3 and hibiscus oil, and I'm pretty sure there's also niacinamide in here. This is what I've been using as my moisturizer. It's really lightweight. It has these little like yellow caviar looking spheres in here that burst when you apply it and rub it onto the skin. It's lightweight. It's very hydrating. It gives the skin a beautiful, beautiful glow. This is the only moisturizer that I've been using. I really like it. It does have a fragrance. I don't know that I love that, but I love the way it makes my skin looks. My skin looks super hydrated, very glowy, and it does help to calm down any inflammation and redness slightly. I am down in Florida and it is hot and humid, so I don't really need a ton of hydration because my skin naturally is pretty combo and slightly leans oily. I sweat a lot also, but because of the Cleansiderm system, my skin has been a little bit drier. So just to balance it out, I've been adding that Obagi serum drop situation, and it's working really beautifully, and it has a beautiful finish. Also for acne, I mean, I'm not gonna keep saying that because pretty much everything in this video is like acne related somehow because that's my current skin, but these are the Hero Cosmetics Mighty Patch Duos. It's a duo because they have like a super invisible version for daytime, and then they have a normal invisible-ish version for nighttime. It has hydrocolloid in it, so it's not sulfur, it's not benzyl peroxide, none of that. But what I love about this is it's very specific. It works best, they clearly state, on blemishes that have like a white head. You put it onto that blemish and you have to wear it for at least 6 hours. They suggest overnight ideally. The patch itself will turn white on the top, and that's how you know it's ready to be removed. I have used this on like singular breakouts, and I feel like it really, really helps. It definitely does make a difference, and I think it helps to like accelerate the healing process or the life cycle of a big pimple. It's just been really effective. I've tried tons of acne patches, but this one I feel like was the most effective that I noticed. Another skincare item I really quickly wanted to point out that has nothing to do with acne but is shockingly effective is the Sugar Lip Wonder Drops from Fresh. So these are retexturizing and smoothing gel drops, and you literally take a couple drops and rub it over your lips. These, though, I tried them one day when my lips were super dry, and I rubbed it in, and literally as I was rubbing it in, my lips became so pillowy soft. It doesn't exfoliate, like rub off dead skin. It doesn't necessarily help to even out the skin tone of my lips. If you want like smooth, soft lips, this stuff is amazing. I am so blown away. Again, you just need like 1 or 2 drops, nothing crazy. It's so good. It is slightly expensive, but holy smokes, I think it's definitely worth it. I did not know this even was so effective, and then I think I saw Jackie Aina mention it, and I was like, she like was like swearing by it, and I was like, yeah, I'm sold. Sounds good to me. It's so effective. It's insane. If you want the perfect baby soft lips, you gotta try that out. So I've talked about Auric before. It's a brand created by Samantha. She's a YouTuber and now officially a CEO, but she creates amazing beauty products, and I've been obsessed with her Glow Lust drops for forever. Pretty much anything she's done I'm obsessed with. Since having the acne issues, I have become even more obsessed with the Auric Glow Lust drops. Again, I'm not gonna go super into depth about like specifically why, other than it's amazing for texture and acne, because I have done an entire tutorial with all of these products and most of them that I'm talking about, but these are pretty much tinted illuminators. These are amazing. They are less pearly than the Charlotte Tilbury, and the radiance you get is primarily from like, it feels like hydration, not so much that it's actually shiny, which I absolutely love. It's amazing for texture. The slight tint in it actually does give you pretty beautiful coverage. It gives your skin just a flawless finish. And if you have not tried it, you got to try it. I have 4 shades right here alone because I mix them for my skin tone based on like how tan I am, but also I use the deeper shade, which is Axinite. And I think that there might be one more shade after this, but I use Axinite as a cream bronzer, which I absolutely love because, again, it's amazing for texture and looks and feels just like skin. So if you haven't checked out the Auric Glow Lust drops, check them out. And if you want to know how to use them, why you need them, why you should use them, either watch the tutorial or watch the Auric video, because you do in fact need them. Another item that has genuinely surprised me by how much I've been enjoying it, especially with all the texture and pigmentation on my skin, is the Sephora brand Best Skin Ever Long Wear Perfect Natural Finish Foundation. This is non-comedogenic, super lightweight, beautiful coverage, does not emphasize texture, looks and feels just like skin, is amazing, not going to irritate or clog your skin, and it has some skincare benefits. The colors in here, the color range is like questionable. It's a little bit hard to find a good match. This is 33N, and right now for my purposes, 33N, and there's also a 33.5Y, I think, are like where I'm hovering skin tone wise. It's just great. It's great on its own. It's great mixed into other products. And if you want to see how I use it, check out the tutorial, because there is a method to how I'm doing everything with my skin right now. It just gives you amazing looking skin, and it's really affordable because it's Sephora brand, but the quality of it is great, and it has not irritated my skin. It's actually been great for my skin. Again, with it being non-comedogenic, is really good to not aggravate congestion or irritation of the skin. I have talked about this concealer before, I'm pretty sure, but I needed to mention it again because it's really been pulling through for me recently. It's the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer Plus Eraser. This is amazing for under the eyes. It's a beautiful, like solid medium coverage. It's definitely buildable, and it doesn't budge really. It works really well in humidity, in heat, if you're sweating. It just is really nice. I wouldn't layer it up a ton, because the more product you have, obviously the more or the greater the likelihood of it moving around or creasing, but you don't need a lot of product. I like to apply it under my eyes, let it sit there for a little bit, and then blend it out with a beauty sponge. What I've really been also loving this for is to cover up my acne. I do spot concealing, and the Even Better line is kind of targeted towards more sensitive acne prone skin. And so I've been using this in shade 48 to spot conceal, and it's been working really beautifully. It does not emphasize texture. It is really long wearing, especially when set with a powder. It does have a sponge tip applicator, which I obviously have not used. I know some people do say that this works beautifully. That freaks me out because I don't think I can like remove it to wash it. It's like stuck in there, and it just, it reminds me of the Maybelline Age Rewind, which I love, but that sponge just freaks me out. But it does have a doe foot applicator, and it works really well. It's just a great concealer for like everything. Speaking of powders, the One Size Beauty translucent powder, it comes in 2 shades. I use the lighter shade, and I feel like it really genuinely is translucent for my skin tone. This powder is so beautiful. It's amazing under the eyes. I set my whole face with it. It keeps me looking airbrushed, and it smooths my skin so beautifully, but it never makes my face look like I have a lot of makeup on or a lot of powder on. If I'm sweating, if I'm out all day, if it's warm outside, humidity, because those are all things I deal with down in Florida year round. Like, there is no cool season, if I'm being honest. The New Yorker in me refuses to say that Florida has like a cool season, although like locals here keep telling me that they do. I don't know. It just isn't a thing. This powder just works so beautifully with humidity and heat and sweat and your natural oils, where it allows all of your skin to keep working the way it will, but without separating, without looking cakey and crusty, without settling into fine lines and wrinkles. It's just such a good product. You also get 1.2 ounces. I feel like there's quite a bit of product in here. It works on dry skin, oily skin, any skin type, no matter what your skin situation is, no matter how problematic your skin is being. It works so beautifully, keeps everything where it's supposed to stay, and just wears through the day really, really nicely. I have not done a single video since this came out without this product, and I felt like I should mention it because I don't know if you guys look in the info box, because in my info box is always everything I talk about and everything that's actually on my face. The Makeup by Mario Master Pigment Pro Pencil, specifically in the shade The Perfect Brown, is what my eyeliner dreams are made of. This is amazing, okay? This color, first of all, is fabulous. It's literally the eyeliner that I'm wearing in almost every single video if I'm wearing eyeliner, because it's a matte, super creamy, dark brown. It's dark enough that it gives you the definition of like a black eyeliner, but it's not black, so it's way softer and, in my opinion, a lot more like sultry and sexy when worn, especially blended out. It's the easiest way to look like you've put in so much effort into your eye makeup when you use the brush on the other side, which is phenomenal. Part of the reason why I love this pencil so much is because the brush on the other side is so good. I have never in my life come across a product that came with a brush that was so good. So I apply this, smudge it out, and I have enough time because it's creamy enough. But once this sets, it's not budging. Everybody needs this. And if you are somebody who only wears black eyeliner, I strongly urge you to try this brown shade. And if you're somebody who loves eyeliner, please buy this because it's so stunning. The black is amazing. I wear it in my waterline all the time. I actually have it in my waterline right now. It does not transfer onto my lower lash line, and it stays on my waterline all day. That's insane. This pencil is amazing. It comes in so many different colors, but if you haven't tried any of them, please buy the Perfect Brown. It's everything you need. Along with that is the Vive Essentials Matte Eyeshadow Palette. I have talked about this before, and it is still, since I got it, my most frequently used eyeshadow palette, categorically because I use it to smoke out my eyeliner. So I go in with this palette and I use these 3 shades here to intensify, shape, and smudge out my eyeliner. I love how easy to blend, how evenly these go on. There's enough of an undertone difference that when I blend one of these alone or any combination of them, they look different enough that it's not like everything turns into like one brown, if that makes sense. I use Lava Rock probably the most frequently on top of the Perfect Brown. That's what I have on today. But if I ever want to like soften up my eyeliner, I'll go in with Delicious. Or if I want to deepen it up more, I'll go in with Goodnight. A lot of times I'll combine Lava Rock and Goodnight. I just love this palette. This is a great color. The toppers are pretty, but probably my least used actually in this whole palette because the matte shades are just divine, creamy, buttery, easy to blend. And especially when you're putting it on top of a cream product like an eyeliner, the tendency for matte shadows sometimes to like drag or to look patchy is high, I've noticed, but these blend out like a dream. I use this every single time I use eyeliner, which is almost any time I'm putting on makeup, because I love the way this smoky eyeliner like works for my eyes with my lashes, and it's just a whole dream team, and I'm very, very into it. Also from Vive is the blush, the Sunset Blush, specifically in the shade Cherub. I love this color so much. I've talked about the Vive blushes before because I feel like there's something in the formulation where it is the longest wearing blush, powder blush, that I own. I've noticed that with my acne and the coverage that I'm trying to work around it to minimize how it looks, colors like this are flattering on me because they allow natural redness or pigmentation to still come through without looking like it's not supposed to be there, if it makes sense. It's just a perfect, brightening, pretty corally pink blush. I just love the way this blush looks. It's amazing as an eyeshadow also, but the fact that it's so long wearing is the deal cincher for me. Even on really deep skin tones, I think that this, if you used it as like a pop of color on the apples of your cheeks with like a deeper blush going back or layered with other blushes, is beautiful. It just has the right amount of depth and intensity to add pigment to melanin skin, it's still bright and like a poppy punch of like pinky coral, which I love. It's everything I want in a blush. It's amazing. You gotta try it. You have to try it. I've talked about this before, and I feel like I have to talk about it again because I'm pretty sure at this point I'm talking about it in like every favorites video, but it's because I use it every single time any kind of makeup goes on my face. It's the Dragun Beauty Forever Fantasy Setting Spray. I don't know what kind of voodoo Nikita Dragun put in this because this is phenomenal, okay? This setting spray is the best setting spray I have ever used, which I feel like is saying a lot. For the longest time, the Makeup Forever O2 setting spray was my absolute favorite. This thing is like super glue for your face. It smells like Delina from Parfum de Marly, which is a nice addition. Cool, whatever. That's not what I care about. The fact that this thing does not let my makeup budge all day long is what I'm here for. Whether you're wearing all cream products, cream and powder, all powder products, if you're out in the sun all day, if you're sweating, if you're like out at night even, this stuff just seals in whatever you have underneath it. It keeps the vibrance of like my blush, my bronzer. It seals in my eyeliner. It's amazing. And I really appreciate this now, especially that my makeup has changed a little bit because when I am spot concealing to cover acne, I don't want that to wear off through the day. And I feel like this spray seals in anything and everything that I'm doing to cover or add coverage to my skin, even if it is something as like small of an area as spot concealing. The only thing I will warn you is I feel like when you spray this, sometimes the spray comes out as like bigger droplets. So the mist around this is not super fine, but what I do is take a sponge and I just press it into my skin to make sure that there's no like splotches of spray. And I almost feel like that actually helps to secure all my makeup because I'm pressing the setting spray into my skin and it just leaves your skin looking really fresh. It's like melting all the makeup together and it's just a great setting spray. You gotta try it. That brings me to the end of my May beauty favorites. Leave a comment down below for me and let me know what you've been loving recently so that I have some goodies to try out from you guys. But until my next video, thank you as always so much for tuning in and I'll catch you soon. Bye. Another item that has really taken me by surprise, especially with my current skin situation, is the Sephora brand, Sephora Skin, what? That is not English at all. That's just words put together.